This is a presentation of Fox Sports.
Rockingham, North Carolina is the place to be today. The best drivers in the world competing side by side, wheel to wheel at incredible speeds as Fox Sports welcomes you to our second season of NASCAR. The crowd, the cars, the drivers, all gathering here at the Rock as we get set to drop the green flag, and our crew is on the case, starting with Steve Byrnes.
Chris, I've met fans from Connecticut and Indiana, but this is a crowd that is a decidedly Tar Heel flavor. Stock car racing was born in the Carolinas, wasn't it? 38 of the 43 teams in this race are headquartered 90 minutes from here. It's a home game for everybody.
This old racetrack is rough as #1 sandpaper. It tears at the tires, causing the drivers and crew chiefs to have to develop special strategy. That makes it really a lot more fun for race fans like me and you.
For the second year in a row, title contender Tony Stewart has to dig his title dreams out of a huge hole after losing an engine at Daytona. He'll start that lofty climb back into the title hunt here at the Rock, a racetrack where he's never won, but a racetrack where he's never finished worse than 12th.
Why would Ward Burton wear the same underwear for 4 straight days? More importantly, why is he telling us? Well, he's still riding that Daytona high. Today, it is back to reality for the 500 winner as he makes his way into Rockingham. We have an interview with him coming up next on the one and only NASCAR on Fox.
Today, Winston Cup Racing returns to Fox Sports. And throughout history, there have been many famous returns. General MacArthur returned to the Philippines. Batman returned, as did Jason. And Michael Myers, over and over again. Porky's and Police Academy had multiple returns. But in the history of classical comebacks, the return of Winston Cup Racing to Fox ranks among the all-time greats.
They're back. Those TV racing people.
Now, NASCAR returns to Fox, faster and more furious than ever before. Welcome to the Singular Pre-Race Show, brought to you by Singular, the wireless company that supports self-expression nationwide.
More than 75,000 fans pouring into the North Carolina Speedway, known as The Rock, anxious to see their favorite driver race around this homespun grassroots track and located in the Sandhills of North Carolina, about 90 miles east of Charlotte. And making our way to the races, as we always do, from the Hollywood Hotel. We have reopened and are ready for business as we join you.
I found a new place to dwell.
Trackside.
Down at the end of Pit Road, it's Hollywood Hotel. Jeff!
We're
back, baby. We're back, baby. We're at
part
the Rock.
of the act.
We're at the Rock.
The gang is all here at DW. Just like he jumped the start, just like that. We're already.
Oh man, I got candy.
All right,
Got to go. Taking too
Thanks
long,
for being
man.
with
I
us.
want to get going here. I got to go. The green flag's dropping. Come on.
He's so excited as NASCAR we begin. This is your one-stop shop for racing all the way up until July, and we're anxious to go. So anxious that, and you know, it's already been a wild ride so far, but a dramatic change from Daytona to come here to Rockingham.
Oh, this place. This is the macadam is worn out.
What's that?
Say that again.
I knew y'all didn't know.
What did he do?
Macadam. It's asphalt. The asphalt's worn out.
okay.
Now that sounds like a problem. What are we going to do about it? Well, it makes for great racing, and that's what I like about this joint. When you're in Daytona, you just ride along in the rocket. You know, you got really no control over your destiny other than just steering through the messes. Here, the drivers are excited. They're glad to be here because they are controlling their destiny.
Right.
You can be the man today.
Right, but as a crew chief, you've already lost control of your driver.
I'm telling you right now, that's the hardest thing about this place right now. You've got to get them settled down and get them to where they can do their jobs. You've got to take care of your tires. Got to take care of your cars.
All right.
Well, you got to have a good pit crew too.
All right. Well, you saw Dick Berggren sitting on the track.
On the macadam.
Right.
He was sitting on the macadam.
The good news is that Ricky Craven is on the pole and is tied Ford. The bad news is the pole sitter here has won only one of the last 18 races at Rockingham. He will try and change that in today's Subway 400. Jeff Gordon, who usually does well here, not happy this weekend, starting 33rd and a little bit frustrated so far. As you see in the background, a cool, crisp, sunny day, ideal conditions for racing, and it's been a surreal start to the NASCAR season already. Kind of
what kind of start?
Yeah, surreal.
Oh, surreal.
It means it's kind of unbelievable. It reminded us of that old Rod Serling show.
He makes it up.
Remember? The signpost up ahead. Your next stop, not Daytona, it's the Sterling Zone. Picture, if you will, a driver, a race, a red flag, a foiled fender, entering a dimension like no other, an uncanny resemblance to the Twilight Zone. All right, stop the booing. All right, hey,
where do you get this
Sterling Marlin?
Did you write that?
No, I follow the rules here. We're in the Hollywood zone. What was Sterling? It's been the talk of the week. What was Sterling Marlin thinking at Daytona?
Time out.
All right.
Now listen, the guy's pretty smart. Give me a break here. First of all, he passes under the yellow line, gets his old fender all knocked in, comes around, he knows it's rubbing because they come around to take the caution, the thing's smoking. So they stop the cars on the back straightaway. Now they're talking about, well, what are we going to do about him passing under the yellow line? Wait a minute. He hops out of his car. He goes around and looks, and his fender's rubbing on the tire, so he's got to pull it off. I mean, it's a calculated risk.
Isn't it against the rules, though?
No, it's a gray area. It's working the system. It's kind of a gray area. What if they didn't see him?
Right.
No, but everybody was watching.
How much money?
What if he said, I didn't do anything?
How much money was on the line right there?
A lot of money.
A lot of money. If I'd have called him and told him that, he would have crawled out the other side to get to that fender.
So it was a bright move. He really maneuvered himself in the point standings.
Well, he got caught. But what if he didn't? The other side of the coin is what if he didn't get caught? If he'd have got the fender pulled out and they said, okay, don't touch that anymore, get back in your car, he comes around and he doesn't have to pit, he wins the race.
It's a part of what makes racing so much fun, and the benefit from that Sterling Marlin moment helped clear the path for Ward Burton to win the Daytona 500. Burton will start 18th today here at the Rock, one spot better than he started last week, and there he is celebrating Daytona. He won his first ever Winston Cup race here at the Rock, and he's standing by with our Steve Byrnes. Steve?
Well, Chris, he just came through driver introductions, got a big round of applause from the fans. Now only 28 drivers can call themselves Daytona 500 champions. Champ, has it sunk in yet?
It was a great week for us. Team worked real hard. It was super, but we got a race to do good here at Rockingham today, so we're focused on getting that kite car up front today.
Ward, you went to New York City. You did live television. Tell us about some of the highlights.
Probably the most emotional highlight was going to Ground Zero. That was pretty devastating to see that. Going home, seeing all the support I got at home, that's probably the most special of all.
Still emotional, isn't it?
It is. Thanks.
Good luck today.
All right, thank you very much. Tony Stewart will try and make up a lot of ground today after exiting Daytona a little bit early. And Dale Earnhardt Jr., he'll start 29th today after finishing 29th at Daytona. Little E, and not just battling 42 other drivers. He's been battling the flu all week, and we hope that he can get well and get well soon. Earnhardt Jr. hoping to get well because he could be turning things around, just like Tony Stewart hopes to be the first driver since Cale Yarborough in '76 to finish last at the Daytona, but still go on to win the Winston Cup Points Championship. Yeah, it goes back a little bit of an attitude.
I've won more races than he has.
And these are the guys. Look, these were all top 10 guys last year, and look where they're starting out. So Jeff, this is kind of a fresh start, a whole new season today.
It really is for these teams right now. They've got to understand this is just the beginning of what the big picture is. We're always talking about points, and it's never too soon to talk about points, especially when you're behind.
Yeah, well, I agree with that.
And we're a little behind on time, so let me move along, Darrell. With Daytona
slow down and go faster
behind us, kind of a funky, exciting season ahead of us. Let's get ready for The Rock.
The Rock! Yeah!
A few laps. All right, not exactly the rock we had in mind. This is the rock that we met, and of course the winner of this race, his name and script. If you look close, you can see Darrell Waltrip, but we tried to chisel it off.
I put that on there myself.
No, he actually won here. No, and the wrestling for the points race really begins. And here, Ward Burton wins Daytona. He only led for 5 laps. You won here in 81 after leading just 13 laps. How do you do something like that?
Well, I can't hear it. I kept complaining all day long about my car, and I said, hey, man, what? Got down to the end of who's leading the race? Who's leading the race? I need to know who's leading the race.
Let me tell you something right now, folks. He was on the radio. He's doing he's going on and on and on.
Like in the show.
And finally, Junior and I got him to calm down. I said, look, Darrell, be quiet. You're leading the race all of a sudden. Never heard a word out of him until he took the checkered flag.
He was quiet after that. Junior Johnson, of course, referring to. All right, we need you to take us through this track today. What the people will see in today's race.
Let me explain this track to you. See, you're going down into turn 1 right here. Now, you got to get out of the throttle early. You get out way early here because if you drive in hard, you're going to slide up the track just like Junior did. Now, where you got to be careful is off of turn 2 right here. Back in the gas early, in the middle of the corner, you come out there with a lot of speed. You've able to hit that wall coming off the 2. You're coming down the back here, doing about 170. You start turkey walking up off of turn 4 here.
Turkey walking?
Yeah, turkey walking.
You'll have to explain that later.
Then if you don't turkey walk and you get the wall back here, you start pogoing like this car is.
Pogoing? That's pogoing.
Well, these are all terms that we use every day down in the garage area. Now, I wanted to share it with my friends at home today.
All right, you'll give me the glossary later. Jeff, as a crew chief, what do you tell your driver coming into a race like this, especially coming off Daytona?
Well, let me tell you something right now, Chris. I'm not going out here on a limb by myself. I got a buddy up there in the booth, and Larry McReynolds. And Larry, I don't know about you, but I always try to tell my driver, look, those tires are your best friend. Take care of them.
You better believe it, Jeff. I mean, this place, it don't wear the tires out. It just loses grip. And trust me, with that sun up there, they practiced yesterday in cloudy conditions. A lot of head scratching going on this morning. What do? We know the cars are even going to slide more, so it was more on that driver's shoulder to take care of those tires at the beginning of a run.
Yeah, I can hear Frankie Stoddard right now. He'll be talking to Jeff Burton saying, Jeff, float her down in the corner, baby. Back off. Float her down in that corner. Take care of those tires.
It's such a key here. And, this race is known for long green runs, so we know they're going to have to be out there. They can go about 90 laps on fuel. Drivers will be screaming for tires about 30 laps.
All right, time now for our singular wireless You Make the Call. Each week, our guys will try and pick the winner. We're going to keep tabs using the same system they do for Winston Cup points, unless we decide to change. Darrell, you go first.
Well, I'm going to pick Bobby Labonte, but don't tell him because last year he said, quit picking me because every time you pick me, I blow up. So I'm not going to tell you.
All right, Bobby Labonte for Darrell.
Right group of guys, just wrong car. Tony Stewart's going to be the man. He's going to outrun Bobby Labonte. He's going to win the race today, get himself back up in the points.
Joe Gibbs will be happy about all this.
Exactly.
I'm going to go with a driver. I didn't pick a lot last year, but he has 5 wins here. He tested here. He's been fast ever since he unloaded. I'm going to go with Rusty Wallace.
All right, gentlemen, we'll keep an eye on this throughout, and each week you'll be able to see who the experts like. We have a lot more to come here from Rockingham and the Hollywood Hotels. We get closer to the race. We are just, 19 minutes away from waving the green flag.
Any time for him to leave?
Yes. Darrell's got to hustle. Good luck on your ride up to the booth, all right? Hopefully you'll make it safely. All right, thanks, Darrell.
I'm out of here. I'm going to go check out my new ride, and I'll see you later.
Okay.